Hi everybody. I wanted to do a quick video today before I got too deep into grading, just to update you all on where you need to be since we have completed the first essay, the proposal. I'm looking at the Moodle page in student view right now for the course, and you can see now that the second full unit here is open, an introduction to research methods in essay 2. So here in this you have a Moodle book. You see you also have two forums and essay 2. Now the essay is due on the 14th, which is approximately, as you can see here, 10 days away. That's not a lot of time, but if you did the proposal correctly, you should have already done a lot of pre-writing for this essay. But what that means is you're going to have to be very focused on dealing with these uh, two discussion forums. I would be working on this discussion forum literally this weekend. I would be starting it, and then by the middle of next week working on this forum, and I will be checking them daily to see how you all are doing. So how do you do this? Well, you go through and you want to go to this Moodle book. You want to follow each item. If you haven't completed the library unit, you're going to want to go back and do that. Read these sources, read these articles here about conducting research, and then you're going to want to watch these videos about the differences between different beauty standards around the world and how that ties to images. Now I have here also a video on how to set up an annotated works cited page, so you can start doing that, and that you'll have to have 5 sources, 2 primary sources and 3 secondary sources, and these sources need to be based on the topic that you're developing. Now remember, the proposal is a guide, a map, and as you know, with any journey, sometimes you hit unexpected obstacles that aren't planned for. So don't be afraid to change how you are approaching this essay. That's very much a part of writing an essay, very much a part of research. So here is a quick lecture on primary versus secondary sources, and you'll need to participate in that discussion forum as linked there. Here's information on things to read and participating in the discussion forum. Um, so it talks about some questions to ask yourself in the scholarly articles. And here's the annotated works cited, how to start building that, and some references on that. Then from your research, you're going to start developing this thesis statement. And I have a quick lecture here that I use in my 101 classes for you about the thesis statement and how to develop that. Then I have some information about rhetorical tools here, and how to access that in developing the essay, uh, some reminders about plagiarism and the dangers of plagiarism, and the submission, which would of course be right here. And let's make sure that submission link goes to the correct uh, essay assignment here. So it looks like this is a Moodle 2 submission. We will double check obviously to make sure when you can submit. So in order to submit, you would go here to the submit paper, click on that. It would give you the submission title and how to drop it, and check the box and add the submission. And of course I'll go over that sooner when we're closer to the submission. So it's very important that you get started on this module right away. As you can see, there's quite a lot involved in it. I will be working on your papers this afternoon. I will hopefully get most of my grades in before 5 p.m. today. That might not happen. As you know, things also often come up. But if that does not happen, I will continue to grade Monday afternoon and hopefully have all your comments in by then. And then I can start also participating in the discussion forums here. So remember, step by step, think of each of these modules basically as work you can do one day. So this would be about an hour to 2 hours of work. This would be about an hour to 2 hours of work, and starting to interrogate this and think about this, taking some notes about it, looking up some side research. This would be about an hour to 2 hours of work, thinking about this, participating in the forum. And what I'm going to do is actually set up a specific forum. You see I've already set it up here. And what I would like you to do is, instead of posting individuals, I would like you, individual threads, I'd like you to just reply to this one. So you would just click reply and start replying. And remember how these forums are being graded. That's all listed in the course-specific syllabus, but in case you have forgotten, in order to receive 100%, you must post a minimum of 5 replies or threads or comments to this subject in each forum. So there's 2 forums here, and then I have the 5 points for each one. So each post is worth 20 points. You have to have, in order to receive 5 points, you must include MLA citations, in-text citations from the readings or your research. So you need to follow in-text citation guidelines, which you would find in a writer's resource under the MLA section. At least make an honest effort for that. You need to include direct quotes or paraphrasing from the assigned readings or your research. A lot of you, and that is to receive 5 points. A lot of you are not doing this, and it's going to start affecting your grade. I sent out via messages, via Moodle messages, participation averages to each of you. The participation averages include, it's on a curve, but it includes the last 2 discussion forums, the plagiarism policy, the GMSA, the library unit quiz, and the email etiquette submission. Now you have a lot more things to submit in the next few weeks, but that still means you have to participate in order to get these points. You have to follow these instructions. 5 points. You also must respond to a previous DB post by faculty member or peer. Remember that it has to be a response. I've already posted a question here. Are the sources primary or secondary? Why or why not? What other sources are you discovering for your essay? So those questions need to be answered by each post. And then finally, you need to, in order to receive 5 points, it needs to further the conversation, meaning ask another question or comment on a person's post to create debate and discussion. And remember, we're in a college classroom. Even though we're not physically in a classroom, we're in a college classroom, so we need to practice civic debate, civil debate. You know, let's not be like our contemporary politicians. Let's actually be respectful of each other. And y'all have done a good job of that. Now, please keep the comments in these discussion forums on the subject at hand. This is not a place to complain about the course or the content of the course or to state confusion. I've provided the Q&A section as a place to ask me specific questions about material you don't understand and things that you need help with. And I'm more than happy to answer specific questions that are posted there. Just be sure that you've also been paying attention to these videos, to my near daily posts about where you need to be. You've done the reading. Show me when you ask a question that you're actually engaged in the class material, and so your confusion isn't a result of not participating. And participate early. Some of you are still waiting until the day an assignment is due to post or ask a question. Doing that is almost a guarantee that you will not receive a decent response in time for it to be helpful. So be sure that if you have a question about the essay, you have a question about these discussion forums, beyond things like what's the due date, be sure that you're posting that early enough that I can give you a meaningful response that will actually help you rather than waiting until the day something is due when I'm already swamped with grading your assignments. So I'm here to help, but just like anything else, if you wait too long to ask for that help, or your question is very vague, or your statements might be construed as disrespectful, I might not be as helpful as I would like to be, or you would like me to be. So please, please, please take my advice on approaching these things and keep up with the videos. So I hope this very short lecture will help you know where you need to be and what you need to be working on now. You need to be reading that second chapter in the reader as well as a supplement, and of course all that's lined out in the discussion forum. Um, keep up the good work, and let's try to keep the posts in the forum tied to my prompt here, the start debating prompt here. So, as I showed you in this short video, I showed you that you need to reply. So please do so. Please continue to do good work. I think we're getting into routine here, and if you have any questions, please email me. Thank you.